Now that bloggers have beaten big media to the story again, this time the story of how and why 8 U.S. attorneys were fired by the Bush administration, I hope we can finally put to rest the annoying question of whether bloggers can also be journalists. Now, after asserting that bloggers were seeing broad partisan conspiracies in the U.S. attorney's story where there were none, and claiming they were hyping the story, Time magazine's Washington bureau chief Jay Carney has finally admitted he was wrong. Now, both Democratic and Republican members of Congress are calling for Attorney General Alberto Gonzales to step down. They're about to issue subpoenas and hold investigations to get to the bottom of the controversy, and it's all because of the bloggers.
In praising bloggers for being ahead on this one story, we also have to challenge the mainstream media to pay attention to other voices in our country, not only in the blogosphere, but independent journalists who've been doing a lot of digging, even Seymour Hersh, whose stories are picked up by the New Yorker all over the world and get downplayed in American mainstream media outlets. So the problem here is an institutional problem, not just an individual failing on the part of some individuals at mainstream media outlets.
While Time magazine's bureau chief Carney was busy mocking them, bloggers Josh Marshall, Paul Keel, and Justin Rood were busy reporting the story, and they used a variety of sources that were simply ignored by the mainstream media.
Of course the bloggers are ahead on this story and on many other stories because people who are blogging really care about the issues.
Well, hats off at least to Jay Carney of Time magazine for finally recognizing his mistake and saying his hat is off to the Talking Points memo bloggers. I was wrong, and thanks for holding my feet to the fire, Carney said. The blogosphere was the engine on this story.
This is about you too, whether or not you're willing to find the truth, to look around at diverse sources, to dig out a reporting on the blogs and in other outlets so that you don't just rely on the mainstream media. We, as journalists, have a responsibility to dig out those facts, but you as readers have a responsibility too to try to find them and help push them into the national debate.